It's USA MVP. I'm here to talk about the Ruslan Provodnikov versus Mike Alvarado fight coming up. Going into this fight, I'm going to talk about their previous fights. The first fight I want to talk about is Mike Alvarado versus Brandon Rios 1. With that fight, it was a slugfest, fight of the year, great fight, very action-packed. You had Brandon Rios coming forward, and you had Alvarado coming forward, and it was like it was a battle of the wills, where Brandon Rios got the better of it. Even though it was like a seesaw type of fight where, you know, Brandon Rios had his moments and then you had Mike Alvarado having his moments, it was clearly to me that Brandon Rios was getting the better of the power punches. You had Alvarado get stopped in that fight. So, going into the second fight, Alvarado, to me, he's a slugger, but he has some boxing ability. Okay boxing ability. Not great, not good, just okay. Brandon Rios is just a slugger. We all know what he brings to the table. He doesn't have that repertoire like Mike Alvarado does. Mike Alvarado used his footwork in the second fight and did not let Brandon Rios dictate the fight. Mike Alvarado stuck to his game plan, even though he got sucked into slugging to some degree. It wasn't as action-packed as the first fight because Mike Alvarado fought smart and he fought his fight and did a pretty good job. Now, you got Ruslan Provodnikov, who's coming off of a loss to Tim Bradley, where even though, in spite of Ruslan Provodnikov losing, he did a whole lot of damage to Bradley. As we know, Bradley had troubles with his speech for a couple of months, and they said his balance was off. So even though Timothy Bradley won on the scorecards, which I think he deserved to win, and I thought he clearly won the fight, he took the most of the beating. Yes, Provodnikov's face was cut, but to me, I still feel like Timothy Bradley was getting hit with more of the clean power shots that would stop most people. With Provodnikov fighting Timothy Bradley, what I did like that he was doing, when he was coming in, he was moving his head and feinting. When Mike Alvarado fought Brandon Rios, you have Brandon Rios who fights very upright and he doesn't really move his head. Then you got Mike Alvarado who fights upright and does not move his head. Tim Bradley moved his head to some degree and he still caught a lot of damage in that fight. So with this fight, I think stylistically, seeing that Mike Alvarado, to me personally, he just has okay boxing skills, I don't think it's going to be enough to keep Provodnikov from dictating how the fight is going to be fought. I think Provodnikov is going to be dodging and bobbing and weaving with his head, coming in, and it's going to mess up Alvarado's timing. And I feel like Provodnikov is going to be able to land those clean, effective shots. Even though I take my hat off to Mike Alvarado, he's a warrior, he can take a lot of punishment, but it's only so much you can take. I feel like he's going to stop Mike Alvarado. I'm going to say like around 7th or 8th round, I see a stoppage. Another thing too is that this fight is taking place at 140, where Ruslan Provodnikov's last fight was at 147. I've never actually even seen Ruslan Provodnikov fight before that fight, so I don't know how he's going to be at 140, but based on what I saw, I see this being Ruslan Provodnikov's night, and he's going to look very good in this fight. Let me know what you think. Don't just watch the video. Subscribe to the channel. Also, subscribe to my boy's channel, Boxing Wave. Follow me at USAMVP_boxing on Twitter. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think.